Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while since I've had time to hit a YouTube video. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of some of the updates on the Dr. Disrespect mantra. I know there's probably like 2 or 3 of my last 4 or 5 videos, but anyway, he actually did an interview with PC Gamer, which is an article that I read that I really want to go through with you guys. And so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what he's been doing, and then we'll go from there. All right. Again, thank you for clicking on the video. Where we left off last with Dr. Disrespect is there's a bunch of a bunch of conspiracy theories, a bunch of theories about what was happening with what was going on with him. Everybody was looking for some sort of criminal activity. Everybody was looking for some sort of allegation about certain aspects or any of that sort of stuff. Turns out that it doesn't seem like any of that is going down. It's been about a month and a half per se. Of his entire ordeal, and we can't see him anywhere. I'll get more into that in just a minute. But as far as recapping of where we were on the last video, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of criminal allegations or criminal charges that are being brought to him. Would have been picked up on a police report somewhere. He probably would have had some sort of arrest or any of that sort of stuff. So that kind of correlation, that kind of thought seems to be out the window at this point. And then going on from there, I don't know if I said it in the video, but my current understanding or current thought process was the fact that it was more or less a business move on Twitch's part, that they were in a contract that they no longer needed because they were trying to keep or retain a very popular streamer on their platform. But since Mixer decided to shut down, there's not any reason to have such an expenditure for the popular streamer. Since the viewers won't be going to a different platform in general. So that's completely my take. That's what I think or whatever. This article did make me think something of a little bit of a different sort. Not to say that it's, concrete evidence, but it was another little conspiracy that I thought was a little interesting to look at. So let's flip on over to the article and take a look. Okay, but before we get into the article, I am going to play what he posted on his YouTube/Twitter. It is a 2-minute video with a song in the background. So let's just take a look at that right quick.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my It's out of my hands, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my
It's more or less just a statement of him reassuring his fans that he's still in control of his content. He's still got it under wraps. It's just that he can't currently stream just due to the fact that it's out of his hands. I love this. This was great. Super hype. Lets the fans still feel like he's there and all that sort of stuff. It would be amazing to come see him somewhere, just pop up somewhere. But currently, that little video was posted after my last video, so pretty interesting little tidbit there. We'll move over into the article now, just a little bit on what was going on and all that sort of stuff. So, guys, the article that we're going to be referencing here is a PC Gamer interview with Dr. Disrespect. It's been a while since this has come out. Obviously, you can see that it says 14 days ago and all that sort of stuff. But I was reading it just recently, and I was like, oh, I totally want to make a video on that. And it's been a hell of a week, so I've been trying to get to it, but I've failed pretty hard. So we're here now. Anyway. Guy Beam here, Dr. Disrespect, is coming into the interview, trying to set some stuff straight. We can just start off with the first question here. It's been almost 3 weeks since you were banned from Twitch. I imagine that's been frustrating. Love to start with just hearing on what's been going on behind the scenes and what you've been doing those last 3 weeks. And so Doctor just comes through and he's just saying like, hey, we're looking for a comeback. While it's unfortunate that I'm off Twitch, we're definitely working behind the scenes. The Doctor's return might look like. In terms of specifics around that, we're not interested in an exclusive at this point. We're exploring our options, and honestly, just can't wait to get back into the character soon. Just iterating that he really wants to get back to content creation. He wasn't planning on this happening. He didn't think this was going to happen, so he's at a loss basically for it. I love that the reporter decided to go back into this exclusive part over here, because I think there's a tidbit that you can read into that if you think about it for just a second. But anyway, when he says, when you say you're not interested in an exclusive, can you clarify that? I said, well, let's just say all the cards are on the table. I'm more focused in just making sure whatever we do next, whether it's a platform move or not, and that's the right decision for the community and the Champions Club that follows me. I'll just continue on. And that makes sense to what I want to continue to accomplish with this character in terms of making things the next level, whether it's streaming or outside of streaming. So it's just being conscientious of the decision. So I love that the fan base is at the forefront of his mind. I think that's really, really great. The thing that I love about the exclusive question, I am almost positive, or I would be pressed to guess, I guess, that the contract has not been dissolved. Even though he's been banned from Twitch, he is still legally obligated to only stream on Twitch. That's probably why we haven't seen him move somewhere and start making something somewhere else. Because, every moment you're not making content as a content creator, you're pretty much just losing out on revenue, which, I'm pretty sure Dr. Disrespect is trying to make revenue. Anyway, because the exclusivity rights on Dr. Disrespect are tied up in the contract with Twitch, I'm pretty sure legal has said, do not stream anywhere or make content anywhere else. They did post the one little video that we saw earlier, but that's not live content. That's just literally a creative piece. So I really don't think that there is I am suspect to believe that the exclusivity of Twitch, in order for legal reasons, is to keep him not streaming somewhere else. And that's probably the reason that we haven't seen him anywhere. Complete speculation, but in order to try and win the court case, you don't want to give your opponent any sort of ammunition, just saying like, well, look, you were under exclusivity clause with your contract, but then you breached that contract with this, even though you were banned on our site. And while that's kind of like a underhanded, backhanded move or whatever, that would be probably permissible in the court to actually have that, because the contract still stated and he was under contract. They just weren't letting him stream on the platform. And so that's, again, personal thoughts, personal preference, but I believe that would just be a legality move in order for Amazon/Twitch to kind of win that sort of thing. Legality stuff will come later in this interview. So in their next little part here, it says, given the connection to your audience, why didn't you just go on social media and say hi? Even if you had nothing concrete to say. And basically, he explains what happened really when he discovered that he was banned. Let's just go through it. Okay. Well, to be honest, so we got the news, and it's just a complete total shock. Imagine just going to work one day and the door being closed and you can't get inside, and you've been told that you were fired and you weren't given a reason why. So for me, it was just an initial shock. The way I discovered it too was that I was in a buddy's stream and some of the features just started turning off while I was in chat. And then all of a sudden, social media was all blowing up. I got a call with my team, and after one quick email, it was all over. At that particular moment, it was more of just kind of shock. Like, what just happened? And both my wife and I were just like, what's going on? So, in regard to this question, it'll be brought up a little bit later in the interview. There is a correlation, or there's a abruptness that happened, and there's no correlation to the final part of his stream that he says. I'm not fully part of that, but we'll get back into that in just a little bit. As far as going into his social media, the only official post that he gave was this one on Twitter, saying, Champions Club, Twitch has not notified me a specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes for all the support during this difficult time. Dr. Disrespect. Brilliant move here. Don't want to badmouth the platform. Don't want to badmouth anything about what's going on. Being very smart with his reasoning here. Just in the fact that he's being very respectful and keeping it toward the audience focus. Just so for legality movement. I think it was pretty brilliant of him doing that. Again, that was a really, really long time ago. June 27th, basically a month ago. Or is a month ago. But anyway. Moving on from that, he just basically is stating on why he wasn't on social media. He didn't want to say the right or wrong thing. Again, legality type stuff. But he is ready to work with, or he's working with his creative team to bring back a Doc 3.0 experience, which, super exciting, super fun. To have that kind of go underneath it. He does go in saying that he will be taking legal action off of that question, as we talked about before. So we are considering taking legal action. Obviously, if you're not getting paid out the full contract because they are preventing you from streaming, that would be a very difficult thing for you to actually cope with or, try to come with. So I completely understand, and good for that. And then looking for a definitive reason on why you were banned, they literally just don't know. This part right here of the interview makes it very, very interesting for me. He talks about being controversial, which, Doc takes full responsibility for anything that has come through. For any kind of issues, he just says, anybody knows me, follows me. I've stepped up and taken full responsibility each and every time when he's made mistakes. So very good as far as having a track record that shows that he's been, forthcoming in his not good looking parts of his past. But the part that really gets me is this one right here. It starts going off, so I'll just read it. Sure, and I want to talk about that. But first, you recently ruffled a few feathers after sharing a video during a stream of Dr. Thomas Cohen. And he was talking about some coronavirus theories. You've been open recently and sharing some of your own thoughts about coronavirus. I'm just going to stop right there right quick. We have seen time and time again that when, creators have pushed any kind of misinformation or talked about something that might not be in line with what has been out there from, reliable sources or, the sources that are put most forth, anything of those sorts of natures, they get lambasted and deplatformed for their pushing of whatever type of news that comes their way. Even he's just speculating and just saying like, look, I saw this thing. It was kind of crazy. I don't know what to think about it, but I got the wheels a turning. Like, maybe, blah, blah, blah. Even if it was anything of that sort of nature, just pushing that out there can literally lead to the removal of you or deplatformization of you. And then moving on, so even relating it to the 5G networks, blah, 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 which, people talk about microwaving you, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, it's really funny. So it just made me think like, oh, I didn't even know that he was talking about these controversial topics on his stream. So it's like, it's another reason that would just kind of be like, hey, maybe we should just get him off our platform for, moving of disinformation type stuff, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, he just says no. And then the follow-up question says, so you don't think that might be the cause? I don't think so. In fact, and then his publicist barges in and says like, look, we're getting really close to dangerous territory here. That's a big red flag for me. Anyway. She could just be trying to save him so that he doesn't say something that he will regret, or something that's not concrete, or something that maybe was over a phone call and not over an entire or an email, or something that would be, actually concrete evidence. So they want to make sure that he's not giving any kind of ammunition to the other side. So we don't know why Twitch banned him. There's no formal warnings or reprimand on record. That's all legal's going to let him say. So that was really funny. Now he goes on into a couple of different things. And then he talks about, the idea that there might be sexual harassments abusers and toxic individuals having that, and that he asked, "Are you is that any way could have been the thing?" And he's like, "I'm not interested in engaging crazy speculation or any of that sort of stuff. I have a great community of loyal fans, and I'm totally focused on getting back and delivering great content." The man just wants to make some content. He's not here to try and round robin us or do anything terrible. The problem is that there's a huge contract sitting out there that's probably barring him from actually moving forward with anything. But it's very, very interesting to see this entire thing. So he goes through a couple of different things on different parts that he was going for or going with. And, you can read that in the link down below. But that other part was just super, super big for me. The biggest thing that caught, or not one of the second biggest thing, pretty much, that caught my eye was him talking about the Rod Slasher Breslau. Who tweeted out that he knew why Doc was banned and that he didn't want to say it because he didn't want to become the target of a defamation lawsuit. Slasher's made a whole bunch of different, basically, I don't know if he's trying to play off of the fact that Dr. Disrespect, he might know or whatever and just get some clout off of that or not. I don't think he would need it, but anyway, he's like, I don't want to go back into that crazy speculation type stuff, the scripted type stuff. Loyal fans, I'm totally focused on getting back to the Champions Club, delivering great, entertaining content. Kind of scripted. But then, even the reporter goes on, look, if someone had dirt on me, even if I knew it was total BS, I would want to at least know what they thought or what they knew. Have you not tried to contact him or any of his party affiliates? No. Don't even want to go to any of that. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So interview time was up at that point, and then, into the article type thing. But it's a very interesting read, especially talking about all his different stuff of what he's got going on in the background and all that sort of stuff. But other than that, guys, the only thing that really got me is that the controversial topics just make me feel like maybe deplatformization due to the fact of spreading disinformation. I didn't even think that was really a thing or like that would be a possibility type thing, but it's just another piece into the whole puzzle that might be a cause or an issue. So it's very, very interesting to me to actually entertain the idea of that. But honestly, I really think it's just a business move. Like they didn't want to have to pay his entire contract, so they banned him. But I don't know. Maybe the contract is still not dissolved, and that if they were to not pay him, then they would have legal precedent to do go after them legally, as far as Doc would be able to sue Twitch for it. But maybe the ban is literally just him not being able to stream, but he's still raking in the contract. Not sure. It's all speculation. I have absolutely no clue. But anyway, that's what it's going to do for this video. I appreciate you sticking around to this part. If you're new here, think about hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button to help me out. It'd be super, super fantastic of you. There should be some content popping up over here. If you want to take a look at some of my other videos, that'd be greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy your freaking day, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.